Welcome to Intellix AI Football Predictor, your ultimate destination for cutting-edge football predictions, powered by advanced artificial intelligence. I'm Dr. Turing, your host, and I'm thrilled to take you on a journey where logic meets passion on the pitch. Joining me is our brilliant co-host Luca, who'll break down the stats, the form, and the firepower of every team before we dive into predictions, but the real magic. That comes from our trio of neural-powered predictors, each equipped with unique dynamic neurons and exceptional predictive intelligence model. First up, we have Alpha X, fast and strategic; next, Ridgeline, analytical and statistically grounded; and finally, Boosted Bayes, intuitive and always learning. Together, we'll analyze the data, crunch the numbers, and predict outcomes you can trust. If you're excited to see artificial intelligence take on football forecasting like never before, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to stay ahead of the game every single week. Welcome to the future of football prediction.
This is the Intellix AI Football Predictor Show. Across the globe, fans are bracing for high-stakes showdowns. Will the Giants hold their ground? Can the underdogs rise and shock the world? Our artificial intelligences, Alpha X, Ridgeline, and Boosted Bayes, have crunched thousands of data points, from form guides to deep statistical patterns. The neural engines are firing. The predictions? Locked and loaded. Stay tuned, because today's football battles are about to be decoded. Right here on Intellix AI Football Predictor. Subscribe now, and never miss a prediction powered by pure intelligence. Welcome to the future. Welcome to Intellix AI Football Predictor.
Thank you, Dr. Turing. Hey there, football fans. I'm Luca, your co-host and stat master for today's thrilling prediction showdown. I'll be breaking down the match essentials, the home team's fortress form, the away team's road record, and how they stack up on the relative power index. Buckle up, because we're diving straight into the data that matters. In today's episode, we're setting the stage, the Community Shield Final, the season's opening page. Traditionally hailed as the curtain-raiser affair, with premier plots and passions soon everywhere. Crystal Palace and Liverpool earned their place as FA Cup kings and Premier League ace. August 10th, it's closer than you think. We break the battle down with logic, stats, and sync. At Wembley Stadium, London, Sunday, August 10th. It's Crystal Palace versus Liverpool in the 2025 Community Shield Final. Let's dive into the narrative. Starting with Crystal Palace, they booked their place by stunning Manchester City 1-0 in the FA Cup final. They come into this clash carrying a relative power index of 4.64. Tactically, expect them to deploy a mid-block defensive structure, staying compact between the lines, protect central zones and restrict Liverpool's transitional threats, break forward through wide outlets and quick midfield transitions when opportunities arise. Now to Liverpool, the 2024-25 Premier League champions. Heading into this fixture, Liverpool arrive with a relative power index of 5.36. Tactically, they're expected to dominate possession and territory with high pressing and sustained pressure, use positional rotations and fluidity in the final third, break Palace's shape through third-man combinations, progressive switches, and wide overloads. So Wembley awaits where legends will play. The Community Shield sets the grandest stage. A sea of red, a wall of blue, the crowd will roar as tactics brew. Crystal Palace will sit in a mid-block frame, with Munoz ready in the clearance game. Ez will turn to spark the run, and Sarr will fly when the counters come. Mateta will wait to pounce in stride, as coach Glasner keeps the shape tight inside. But Liverpool will press with hunger and spin. Gravenberch will guide the rotation within. Salah will glide where defenders fear, and Ekitika's threat will soon draw near. Coach Onslaught will pull the strings his way. Now, with data mapped and form in display, Alpha X, Ridgeline, Boosted Bayes await their say.
With Crystal Palace entering this clash holding an RPI of 4.64 and a restrained style of play expected, while Liverpool arrive with an RPI of 5.36 and a proactive approach anticipated. I now turn to our artificial intelligences. Based on these metrics, what insights do you have for us?
with Crystal Palace holding a relative power index (RPI) of 4.64 compared to Liverpool's 5.36. The statistical edge leans narrowly toward the Reds. But before locking in a verdict, we go beyond the surface and dive deep into historical patterns and contextual performance. Looking at the last 2 seasons, when Crystal Palace faced teams with a higher RPI than their own, they recorded 14 wins, 19 draws, and 17 losses. The last defeat in such a scenario came on April 16, 2025, a 5-0 loss away at St. James Park, while holding an RPI of 4.81 against Newcastle's 5.19. Since then, Palace have faced 4 higher RPI opponents and remained unbeaten, with 1 win and 3 draws. Looking globally across 3 seasons of worldwide data, we examined 760 matches with similar RPI gaps. 266 of them ended in wins for the lower RPI side. One notable example of an underdog win: Fiorentina's 3-0 win over Inter Milan on February 6, 2025. After factoring in scoring efficiency, defensive shape, and historical final match dynamics, the Intellix AI neural engine activated 10,000 predictive neurons. Out of these, 3,900 align behind one clear outcome: Crystal Palace to win.
Taking into account trends in match equilibrium, comparative squad dynamics, and contextual form analysis, I've approached this contest with neutrality at the core. Let's examine the numbers. Since the start of the 2023 season, Crystal Palace have played 76 matches, 24 of those ended in draws. In the same span, Liverpool have also played 76 matches, registering 19 draws. Broadening the scope, across multiple top-flight leagues over the past 3 seasons, we identified 760 fixtures featuring RPI gaps similar to this one. Out of those, 178 matches ended in draws. One notable example: Fenerbahce vs Samsunspor, a goalless stalemate in the Turkish Super League, round 28, on March 16, 2025. Factoring in historical tendencies, scoring volatility, defensive metrics, and the unique dynamics surrounding final matches, the equilibrium engine was activated, processing 10,000 predictive neurons. Out of those, 1,200 aligned behind a single verdict: draw after 90 minutes.
Taking into account Liverpool's statistical profile, let's break down the data with precision. Over the past 2 seasons, when facing teams with a lower relative power index, RPI, Liverpool have recorded 37 wins, 14 draws, and just 7 losses. Their most recent defeat in such a scenario came on May 19, 2025, a 3-2 loss to Brighton, despite holding an RPI of 5.42 to Brighton's 4.58. On a broader scale, across the past 3 seasons, we analyzed 760 fixtures with RPI gaps mirroring this contest. Out of those 760, 316 resulted in wins for the higher RPI side. A notable example: PSV Eindhoven's 3-1 win over FC Twente at De Grolschvest on April 24, 2025. After weighing global trends, goal metrics, defensive profiles, and the psychological dynamics of final matches, I ran the data through the Intellix AI neural engine, activating 10,000 predictive neurons. From that network, 4,900 neurons aligned behind one decisive verdict: Liverpool to win.
Now that we've heard from our artificial intelligences, let's summarize their predictions. Alpha X, focusing on Crystal Palace's strengths, backs the Eagles. Despite their heavy defeat to Newcastle on April 16, Palace have gone unbeaten in 4 consecutive matches against higher RPI opponents, registering 1 win and 3 draws. Alpha X also references Fiorentina's 3-0 upset over Inter on February 6, 2025, as a comparable case of tactical defiance. 3,900 predictive neurons support the verdict: Crystal Palace to win. Ridgeline, our strategist who specializes in detecting equilibrium, highlights draw tendencies in both camps. Crystal Palace have drawn 24 of their last 76 fixtures, while Liverpool have recorded 19 stalemates over the same stretch. In 760 global fixtures with similar RPI gaps, 178 ended level, including the Fenerbahce vs Samsunspor 0-0 result on March 16, 2025. 1,200 neurons back Ridgeline's call a draw after 90 minutes. Boosted Bayes, analyzing Liverpool's dominant profile, detects a strong signal for a Reds victory. She highlights 37 wins in 58 recent clashes against lower RPI opponents, suffering just 7 losses. Bayes draws a parallel to PSV's 3-1 triumph over FC Twente on April 24, 2025, noting similar statistical conditions. 4,900 neurons support Boosted Bayes, a win for Liverpool. Converting these signals into match probabilities, the ensemble neural forecast stands at Crystal Palace win 39%, draw 12%, Liverpool win 49%. Given the data and ensemble neural forecast, the neurostatistical case leans toward Liverpool securing the win, supported by 49% model confidence. Crystal Palace pose a credible challenge at 39%, fueled by recent midfield compactness and tactical disruption, while a draw remains the least supported outcome at just 12%. Backing Liverpool to win the 2025 FA Community Shield is the most data-driven call. Don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on all our AI-powered match breakdowns. The next prediction is just ahead, and that wraps up our neural-powered journey through today's football insights. Our artificial intelligences have analyzed, weighed, and revealed what their neurons foresee. From the algorithmic mastery of AlphaX, the pattern recognition poise of Ridgeline, to the probabilistic foresight of Boosted Bayes, each offers a unique neural lens on the beautiful game. This has been Intellix AI Football Predictor, where football meets intelligence. Whether you're a stats enthusiast or just love the thrill of prediction, we're here with your next matchday edge. Be sure to subscribe to Intellix AI Football Predictor on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, and tune in on your favorite podcast platform. Join us anytime, your next football prediction is just a click away. Now, before we sign off, let's hear one last word from the team.
Home turf speaks loudest. I read the fortress, not the fuss. Catch you next match day.
Where balance tips the scale, that's where I stand. Until the next kickoff, stay sharp and stay planned.
I don't follow the crowd, I chase the shockwaves others doubt. Catch you on the next twist, I'm out.
This is Luca, signing off. Stay informed, stay sharp, stay boss. Let the numbers light your way, we'll decode the game, play by play.
Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and let data guide your game. Signing off, from the AI studio, this is Dr. Turing.